Welcome to another episode of Marketing Success with Dio. I'm your host, Dami Olanrewaju. I'm very excited to come your way today. I stated in the previous episode that you cannot afford to miss this session. You know why? Because a lot of people have been struggling to be able to pre-qualify their leads properly. Hence, they're having low conversion in terms of sales. But before we go, I'd like you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Marketing Success TV, and follow me on all social media platforms. Now, also, we have two set of specialized agency. One is focused on consumer good business and services. So if you're into automobile, if you're into clothing, furniture, you might want to check out our website at www.emeraldis.com.ng, and you can always browse around. Particularly, I want you to check our blog posts. They're very interesting, very exciting, and they're very educative. So I want you to check it. You might also want to check out another specialized agency that we have for property marketing, upperlight.com.ng. So if you're working for a real estate company or you're a realtor, an independent realtor, you might want to check out that site. We offer information around selling your properties, converting leads, generating leads, and optimizing your sales. So you might want to check out that at upperlight.com.ng and follow us across all social media platforms, because we release content on daily basis, content that we believe that will help your business to grow. Okay guys, let's get into it. Today I'm going to be talking about B.A.N.T. Have you heard the word B.A.N.T before? So B.A.N.T is an acronym to pre-qualify your prospect. In it, you have B that stands for budget, A stands for authority, N stands for needs, and T stands for timeline. So I'm going to be walking you through that today, right? Because this is very important. From the top of your funnel, you must make sure that your prospects are quality prospect. But guys, before you quickly jump and start banting everybody, right? What you need to do first, always realize that even if the person does not have the budget or the authority or, can ascertain the need or goal, now you need to understand that some of these guys will be key influencers. So for example, they might not be the one that will finalize the old proposal and sign off. They can be a key influencer in the decision process. So for example, they might be the one using the equipment or what you're trying to sell. So it's important for you to be able to appeal to them through content or when you're prospecting. So guys, take note of that. That people are not necessarily the key decision maker does not mean that they are not key influencers. So you need to get to that, because they might be the one that will eventually get you to the right people. So let's get to it. Number one thing is budget. So when you're trying to prospect a client, you need to be very sure that they have the budget. There are times where you have a need, but you don't have the budget to meet the need. This is both applicable to B2B businesses and B2C. That's business to business and business to consumer. So for example, you might really actually need something, right? But you are not able to afford it. So you need to be sure that the company that you're talking to or the customers that you're talking to can actually afford the service or the product you're trying to sell to them. Otherwise, you will be wasting your time. Either you ask direct questions where it's possible, or there are ways that you can pre-qualify them. So for example, if you are trying to have that conversation on your website, you can actually put a form that captures the name, the phone numbers, but particularly you want to pre-qualify and say something like, how much do you spend on your marketing? Say, for example, you're trying to sell marketing service. How much do you spend on your marketing annually, for example? Or if it's an individual, you can always cross-check if they can actually afford the product. The second point is authority. So let me give an example here. So if you are into computer manufacturing or computer sales, for example, and you get into a company that you want to sell computers to them, right? You might want to know, for example, so the people using the computer are not actually the authority when it comes to approval for that particular proposal that you're sending to them. You will need to get to the chief technology officer, for example, the CTO, or maybe in certain instances, especially if they're SMEs, it will be the CEO that will sign off on that. So you need to know if the person you are actually talking to is the authority. So in that instance, what you politely ask for, if the person is not the authority on approval, you kindly ask that the person should lead you in the right direction. You can do it for face-to-face conversation. You can do it in an email. You can do it irrespective of the medium you are trying to use to reach out to the company. So authority is very important. The next thing will be needs. You need to also understand that there's a difference between need and want. Want, if you have it, is fine. If you don't, you're equally good. But you need to be able to establish that the company or the individual has a need, the actual need for that product. And how desperate are they to actually solve the problem? So one of the things you need to look out for is what are the pain points that they're experiencing within the business, or what is the person's pain point if it's a B2C kind of transaction. So you need to establish that there's a need for that product. So for example, for a company that you know that is struggling with staff retention, you will know that they will be open to any solution or strategy that will help them to retain their staff the more. So the last point there will now be the timeline. So time is of essence when it comes to marketing. You need to be able to establish that with the way you're evaluating things, will they need this service in the next 2 weeks? Do they need it now? Or is something that you have to still educate and prospect them maybe for the next 2 months? One of the tactics that people use to send away salespeople is for them to always post them indefinitely. So you need to understand that is not a mechanism for saying, so somebody might say, come back in 2 weeks, come back in 3 weeks. You need to be sure that the person actually wants you to come back that time, or the person is just trying to make you, go away. Because everybody knows that typically people don't follow up after maybe first or second sales call. So guys, you need to be sure what's the difference between somebody asking you to come back later, But one of the things you also want to do in ascertaining the timing is, can I quickly close this sales now? If somebody wants something done within the next 48 hours, it will be funny for you to be slow on that sales. You want to actually close it immediately. So guys, this is how to pre-qualify your leads and to be able to move them further into converting them. So use the B.A.N.T method in your next sales prospecting. I wish you the best. Before you go, guys, again, I'd like you to subscribe on YouTube and follow us on all our social media platforms. Scrolling across the screen, guys, and most importantly, turn notification on all your social media platforms and even on YouTube so that you can get more of this interesting content.